to draw. Hex, it's a digital CCG. It's got a lot of similarities to Magic. I wrote an intro guide for Magic players to Hex. You can check that out. It kind of talks about some of the differences and the things that are better and worse. Hopefully he's just drawing Inquisitions here and not things that kill us. It's possible I should have put the Dinglinger back into our deck. Are you thinking about... I don't know what he's doing. So we're dead in 2 more turns now, so we've got at least 2 more draw steps. Hopefully, like, most of the cards in our deck either interact with this or draw cards, so things that could interact with this, so... I don't think we're in the worst spot. Our Martyrs are definitely hurting us. Like, we need to keep his board clear, and the Martyrs let him close really quickly. Dinglinger still kills us because double Martyr. That's fair. Yeah, Dinglinger Martyr is definitely not a combo. Spin 1 chest to got a legendary card. Seems good. My opponent disconnected, it looks like. Dark Confidant, it has a free-to-play component that you can play against the computer. You can technically take those free-to-play cards and put them into play against real people. Hopefully it doesn't have another threat here. So now we have to draw live this turn. And we bricked off and died, you know. So we're 2 and 2 now, 1 and 2. We're 2 and 2 or 1 and 2? We're 2 and 2. Alright, let's play another one. So if we lose one more, we're dead now. So the gauntlets, for those that have never played Hex Gauntlets before, you play till you either have 5 wins or 3 losses. So we're 2 and 2 now. Think about leaving the Azure Fate and killing the VK. Yeah, it mills for a lot. Like, the Vampire King would have had 2 monuments, so it would have been a 5, so it would have milled us 11 cards. Like, I think if we get milled for 11 there, we're pretty dead. And, like, the way he ended up drawing his other card, we would have... Like, the exact same thing would have happened, only would have we got milled 11 cards, but I guess we would have drawn different things if he would have milled us 11 cards, but I think, like, then we're losing on 2 different fronts. We're losing on the life total front and the deck number of cards in our deck front, so... Got a little over 100 people hanging out. That's awesome. Appreciate everyone watching us play some Hex with some Coyotles here today. Waiting for our next gauntlet match to queue here. So we're 2-2 in this gauntlet, and I 5-0'd my last one, so it's a 7-2 total with this deck. We changed 1 card between the gauntlets, but it was just like one of the shards, so pretty minimal. We've been mulliganing a lot today. Just like a lot of 1-shard hands, so... Yeah, the PvE content's really well done. My wife's been playing through that. She's enjoyed it a lot. So the one change I want to make in this deck, I want to try something else over the peaks. We said maybe another one drop of some sort. Like I like the more having additional inexpensive cards in the deck. Peak shuffles the deck, so it's been screwing with our prophesize things. So that's been kind of frustrating. Where'd you find that?
On the storage
Hmm.
room. Do you need it?
No. Why?
Louise asked if you borrow it.
Sure. Yeah, I've got the emulator on my computer.
That's what I thought. Don't we have an 84 somewhere?
Yeah, I thought so. I haven't seen 83 in a while. Gauntlet's being a little slow to fire this afternoon. Sure, we'll play one more before I call it a day, I think. Alright, found a match. Opponent's playing 5, draw a card, sure. So Sapphire or something. Could be Mono Saph. Saw a couple of 5-0s with this champion that were Mono Sapphire. This hand's a little awkward. I don't like having Brown Fox Scouts in our opener because I'd rather they generate card advantage, but I don't think this is a mulligan. So he's playing Sapphire Diamond. Take a Sapphire here, cast Arcane Focus. Stargazer is actually a really good draw, so let's take that. We were looking for shards, but Stargazer's a close second here. Get some looting on. So Tunneler could be actual anything. I could cycle Peak and then activate Winter Moon's ability to get cards in our deck right away, but I think I'd rather get Stargazer online as opposed to getting Winter Moon cards into our deck sooner. See Pikachu on screen there. Thanks for the follow. Follows and subs is a few best ways to support the stream, so I appreciate that. Yep, 500 plats to jump in a gauntlet, and then packs sell for like 160 or so. So usually you have to like 3-3 or better to break even. 3-3 is you come out a little bit behind, but if you 4-3 or better, you make money. Alright, we're going to start with a loot. Probably going to discard Nexus Peak since it basically just cycles itself right now. Plus, we don't really want a bunch of shuffles. Grab a Sapphire. Next turn we have Counter Magic up. And we can Peak or Brown Fox Scout at end step here, which is great. The most likely thing this could be is Reese. That would come off in 2 more. If it's the Spy comes off on 3, I believe. Just end step Scout. Brown Fox Scout is a 3/2 that's quick, so you can play it on their turn. And when it's on top of your deck, it reveals itself on top of your deck, and you can play it from the top. So I don't really want to play Crow Feather into Counter Magic here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to ship here. We have Stargazer plus Counter Magic up. We could do Peak plus Brown Scout. We could do Martyr plus Brown Scout. So this is most definitely Reese, I think. Let's play another Scout here at the end step. I think... Do I want a Peak or do I want a Stargazer? I guess Peak's a... I've been playing Hex for almost a month, not that long. I'm gonna grab a Time Ripple because it'll be good to bounce the Soul Marble here. It's like Rocket Powered Turbo Slug. I'm gonna play this out and grab a Wild. So I could just loot here, but I think I want to have Martyr and Counter Magic up, or Ripple plus Counter Magic up. This is definitely a Reese, I think, under here. So at the end step here, if he activates the Soul Marble, I'm going to go ahead and bounce it with Time Ripple. It still gets the counters on it, but I don't want this Reese to have, to be able to be Spell Shield. And I am going to try and Counter Magic this Reese when it comes off. He could have Counter Magic of his own, but he's been representing it pretty hard, so I'd be surprised if he doesn't have it. Yeah. So we're gonna, he is gonna get a bot from this, but we're gonna get to Martyr Reese next turn. So hopefully the random bot he gets isn't very good. 6/5 trample. Yep, that's pretty good. And Martyr's gonna make it even larger. It's unfortunate that we missed. We're missing a resource drop here. Let's loot and see if we can find a resource. Found an expensive Counter Magic. I think we're gonna bin Crow Feather. Yeah. Martyr Reese. I'm gonna put Time Ripple and Peak back in the deck for now. Really just kind of want to draw a shard so we can get this Windsinger online. Not chipping in because I don't want to trade my 3/2 for 3 points of damage essentially. Him being short on resources is good for us. He wants to replay a Soul Marble, it costs him 3 of his 4, and then he doesn't have Counter Magic up. Getting our Counter Magic tagged by his Counter Magic is a little rough. This is a 3-turn clock thanks to Martyr. Untap shard. Heyo. So he could just have a diamond removal spell, but I think I just want to play this out. We wanted to play this out last turn, but, you know. I'm going to put Martyr and Counter Magic back in the deck. Chromius with the sub. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Subs and follows are the 2 best ways to support the stream. You guys keep us going. If we get to untap with this, the game's probably over, but I'd be really surprised if we get to untap with this. Or get to his turn, not even back to our turn. So as soon as he's gonna eat crap at the end step, yeah. So our guys are bigger now at least. We got that going for us. That's expensive. Soul Marble, it's only 2 away from being ready to go. So if we find a removal spell, we can actually push damage pretty quickly here. So I'm gonna play this first, and then I'm gonna. I guess I should. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have played this out because we might want to hold Counter Magic up. Yep, and I kind of do. Yeah, that was a mistake. I'm actually just gonna bin this now. It's too expensive. I'm gonna play the shard out so that way we can. If we hit another shard, if we like find 2 shards next turn, we can loot into. It transforms it, so like I can't shuffle it back into my deck with Winter Moon because it's just gone. So now this is gonna give his guys 2/2 and Spell Shield. So, ugh. So 2 Brown Fox Scouts are gonna double block the T-Rex.